Hello, hello, hello. So I just gave my first masterclass. I'm really, really excited. I decided to hop on my Facebook Live and share it with you now for those who didn't make it into the Zoom link. And I'm going to go over it today on my page so that all of you can be part of it. I'm going to just do a quick little share. Okay, so welcome to today's masterclass. I'm Margot Mastery, your heartfelt CFO from Marco's Bookkeeping. So I just gave a private masterclass and I tried to share it with Facebook, and this whole powwow keeps coming up. And I am going to do it here again so that you guys can have it. And if it's working, let me know in the chat because I have no idea what I am doing. Okay. If you guys could just let me know, I'm going to share. Okay. So this masterclass came because there's a lot of different things that I wanted to share to other business owners. I've been in business for 15 years now, and I wanted to create this balance for business owners. So I created this masterclass. It's called Business Balance Bliss. And these are 3 common mistakes that business owners have made, and I'm excited to share them with you. I'm Margot Mastery. I started this in 2003, and I noticed how many people are, hold on one quick second, guys. I'm sorry. The tech stuff again. Linda, here, Margot, share your PowerPoint slide. Perfect. I can see it now. Okay, good. So I'm going to continue. I just wanted to make sure that we were on. Okay. So I started this coaching business and bookkeeping and accounting in 2003. I noticed that a lot of entrepreneurs had a struggle with all the accounting jargon. So MBS was created around that, and I'm happy to share for the past 2 years we've been elected to the top 18 bookkeepers in New York. Now, here we are, it's in September. It's never been a better time to get control of your business, and it's Q3 and it's year end. So it's the perfect time to really get in control and get started. Now, lots of times clients struggle whether they think that they're small or they think that they're too big, and they wait till they're big to actually be able to do this. So whether size you are, what happens in the next few months is what you're willing to do today on this month and all those days after that. So these are the 3 pitfalls that people have that I found are so common that are it's just so disheartening to my heart to see business owners go through this, and I'm excited to share these mistakes with you today so that does not happen to you. They are complaining their books are a mess, they need to make more money, and they don't have time to fix everything. So because of those pitfalls, I'm excited to say that we are going to learn today on how to be disorganized, take you from being disorganized and chaos into the control of your finances. You're going to be able to head into tax season fully prepared and with your books. Now, a big question is how do you know what's working and what's not working? The first step is to get clear on your books so that you can see what truly matters. This is also just so disheartening to my soul, is when I see people being a slave to their business. When they're a slave to their business, it becomes so disheartening to see them going through that hamster wheel, and they just have no way out. So if you guys are ready, I'm excited to begin and share with you these 3 mistakes. Now, the first one is, I call it separation of powers. When you're not separating bank accounts, you're not separating your powers, your personal life and your business life. The first rule of separating is not to commingle. You don't want to put everything in one big pot. When you do, it's a zero order. Imagine paying for your groceries or like your children's school on your business card. You don't want to do that. Your accountant is not going to be able to help you with savings. And the biggest thing is the proper classification. I totally need to stress that having separate bank accounts is just so important. Now, I had this conversation with another accountant about 2 weeks ago, and she was like, Margot, as long as you pay it from the right bank account, that's really what matters. It does help, but then what happens is on your financial statements, you're always reducing and reducing, and it becomes a lot of like a cut and paste, and it becomes like a whole procedure in itself. You're segregating your personal and your business financials is ideal when it comes to year end. So you can have your proper classifications of your tax needs. Now, having the separate bank accounts is not your responsibility only. You can have a bookkeeper assist you with that. And the goal with that, and the exciting part is hassle-free expenses. How cool is that? Now, the reverse of this is that you can be audited, and the IRS can take complete control of this situation and want all your activities and want all your records. Now, imagine like Christmas time, you're trying to detangle those Christmas lights and you're trying to put it on the tree. But you have to detangle that. So imagine an outside accountant that you need to pay. He's going to detangle that, your business and your personal needs. It is a massive, massive project. Now, I have this dental client, and she does her business from her business bank account. What she does is she does all her Bloomingdale's shopping. So now when it comes to reviewing the expenses, she ends up needing to justify things way more than what she needs because her spending habits are on the business bank account, and that's not really needed. Anytime she goes to the spa, she goes to Bloomingdale's, and she does all these sorts of things. Now, if you don't have the separate bank accounts, you're never going to get accurate financial statements. A sample of accurate financial statements would be a profit and loss. The profit, how much you made, a loss if unfortunately your business didn't make any money. There's various financial statements. You're not going to be able to get any of that accurate. Now, the big question is why do you need help? Why do you need them? You may need a mortgage, you may need a business loan, you may need a credit card, you may need a car loan. And now, these days, especially for a mortgage, you need people to back you up. You need all this paperwork, you need financial statements, and even with that, you're going to need clean books. Now, your business where you are today may not need a loan. You may not need a credit card. But in the future, as things grow, these are all the types of things that go on. So your financial growth is so important, and these are the keys. Now, besides that, another mistake that people make is they don't have proper record keeping. Now with that, when you don't have proper record keeping, the income could be on the expense side, the expense could be on the income side, and then their profits are not measured. You're probably asking, Margot, how is the income on the expense side? I have seen so many clever ways of people doing that, where business owners have improperly posted their income as an expense, and it's on the wrong side of the financial statement. So they're not getting the credit that they deserve. Now, when you don't measure your profits, what happens is that you have no idea for growth, you have no idea if you can buy equipment, and all sorts of things that you might need to grow your business. Hiring a team member is a huge thing that people hold off on. Now, the crucial aspect is often missing of this all. Now, you can be a real estate investor, you can be a business owner and have different businesses that you are looking to take care of, and you have all these things that are happening. Now, when you don't have proper record keeping and you don't have the proper bank accounts, you accidentally will drop the ball when it comes to financial planning. This reminds me of a story when I had an investor and his financial statements just did not seem correct. And he would get upset with me asking the same question over and over of, hey, Bob, for this example of the webinar, is, where did the money come from? Your closing docs share this, that you actually let out the money. And he would just go so upset with the question. At the end of the day, I probably asked him the question like 1,000 times. And what happened is that he made it out of his personal account. And it might have even been like his kid's account. He was transferring money and transferring and moving and this and that. And it became a real mess. So like this picture, he was just like all over the place and he was overwhelmed trying to track things. And he just said, oh, things were happening and then he just didn't know why. And this was him. For our webinar, this is our Bob. He was all over the place. Now, why is this important? Even more so, I'm excited to tell you. Your job as an entrepreneur is to oversee the accounting needs. Whether you do it yourself or you hire somebody, it is your job. But you want to make sure that you are staying financially healthy. Now, you're probably like, how do you stay healthy in a financial world? There's so many different versions of that. And staying financially healthy is understanding your business. Now, I have so many business owners when they call me, they're like, Margot, I don't understand this, and they don't know where they're going. And these are all the questions that happen to be financially healthy. And when you have the record keeping on the separate books, this is all their steps to create that business balance bliss. Now you can hire a remote or a part-time bookkeeper that helps keep the stress off your plate. Now, the biggest thing is that it's the execution for your business. So if you're that owner who wants someone to sit next to you, go ahead and you hire yourself as a part-time bookkeeper who can come in. The advantages is to remote is that you don't have to micromanage them. You don't need office space. You don't need to have benefits and days off and worry about all those sorts of things coming in late. You just know that your books are taken care of and that you have the support. Now, my favorite part is that this all is creating a way to improve accuracy. You're going to know what is coming in and what is going out. How cool is that, right? I mean, how does that feel? You're going to know what your profit is, you know what's coming in, and you know what goes out. So you have almost like a check-in person, like your own concierge of like, hey, what came in? Hey, what's going out? And then you're able to know what your profit is. And now the biggest question is can you stay in business? And is the money well spent in the right area? You're going to be able to answer questions like that, and most business owners can't. I hope you guys are ready for the next mistake, which is classifying expenses incorrectly. This one I find way, way too often, and it really hurts my heart how deep this can go. Now, a lot of business owners like to take this on, but they don't have the thorough understanding of what tax exemptions are about, and then they miss out on all sorts of things into what their company has. So now, I have one company that they need to do a lot of research and development, and they weren't recording those expenses. To make it worse, they were even paying it in cash. Now, you can lump them together, and let alone you will have no classification for them at all. So in one lump, you can have all your professional services, you can have all your outside services in one place. You can also have all your auto things, your car insurance, your travel, and all sorts of things. Payroll is a huge thing when people do that, and it hurts my soul so much when people do that because they don't realize how much they're spending. Another thing what happens is that with categorizing your expenses, you may need different tax returns and different fees with that, and many business owners are worried about that. And I'm here to tell you at MBS we are totally up to date with the tax laws and the comprehensive knowledge and classification to support you at the end of day of your business. But too many people stop at the fact of needing separate tax returns and those fees. And the return on doing this process is there's a lot of learning and a proactive strategy that at any given moment to your concierge you get to check in and feel that you are totally taken care of. Unfortunately, when entrepreneurs make this mistake, they can make a huge financial loss. I mean, look at that guy of the investor. He almost lost his property because the deduction for his property because of where he took the money and where he paid the money. He was doing it like, and it was large sums of money, like $50 there, $500,000 there, you know, all sorts of things. And when you trust a professional team like MBS, you get that job taken care of and you see the growth and all the flourishment that happens with that. Now, to close this a little bit for today, these 3 items will reduce what you need to do, streamline and scale, free up your time, and create less stress. Now, it's probably hard to believe to think that reduce what I need to do, streamline, and reduce my stress, and free up my time. I mean, come on, Margot, is it that magical? It is. So now I ask you is, how many of us really want to reduce our stress? I know me, I do. So to close this a little bit, I want to ask is now the time for you? Just because I shared this with you, it may not be the right time for you. But I can tell you is that business balance list ensures the business is not running you, and you're not being a slave to your business. Now, these 3 business owners' mistakes that are made, they will disrupt the business balance. If you are not commingling, you will make more money. If you have good record keeping, you will make more money. If you classify your expenses properly, and you will save more money. So you can do this yourself, but you will be alone, and you will have no one to turn to like I was in. So how many of us want to make more money? I'm really excited to gift you today a 30-minute assessment, a laser focus for you and your business. Now, how this will work is I'm here to support you any way I can, and I want you to take full advantage, and I welcome you so that this can change your business. I want you to use the link provided to be able to take advantage of a time with me that works for you, and there are only so many spots. So there is no obligation. It's a one-on-one call with me, but I want to request that you take the time to fill out the quick assessment so that we are on the call and we will review the key areas to improve in your business. Now, from this call, you're going to be able to run with it. There's no obligation, but I really want to see you on this call. So I fully advise you, especially even while we're on this, you can take the link that I'm going to share here and just copy and paste that into a new link, into a new web browser, and jump on this. Again, there's only so many spots. And when we were on the call, we're going to look at things, how you can strategically move forward, what is going on, where you have been. And the fun question is where you want to be. And we are going to create that for you on our 30-minute call. Does that sound good? Does that sound like a plan? So again, I invite you for a call. It's a one-on-one strategy session with me, and we're going to be able to do a deep dive to see what areas in your business that we can improve. I'm so honored and grateful that you came to share this class with me. If you're watching the replay or if you're alive, I'm thankful for you both ways, and I would love for you to share below any questions or anything you might need from me. And I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you on this call. Bye.